Chop chop back into the kitchen to tackle our insecurity, shortcomings, and actualize our dreams. The Bear is back with another amazing new season, and Lachlan, a very leading question, but is The Bear the best show airing at the moment?
Is it the best show? I don't think I can say it's the best show, but it is one of the best currently airing for a different reason. I think there are shows out there that do dialogue better. I think House of Dragons season 2 has come out swinging with its dialogue, but I don't think there's any show that has nailed its editing and pacing as well as The Bear. It is anxiety thrilling. It's sad. It is emotional. It is
Funny.
a lot of comedy. Yeah, it's a lot, and to be in little 30-minute nuggets of greatness. It's just, you're in and you're out of an episode, and you're like sitting there, just the black screen, you see his reflection, you're like, fuck, that was hardcore. Or you're like, fuck, that was great. Or my gosh, that was the best television I've watched in forever.
Or just fuck, they've said fuck 60 times in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, they've said fuck 60 times. But I think that for The Bear, it hasn't reached the same heights that I think season 1 has. And I think that season 2 is a very close second. And I think that this season has its highlights. I just don't think it's there throughout the entire season. And I think that there are complexities where they are fleshing out more characters and they are giving more characters more screen time, where they should simplify it a lot more, especially if they're going into a 4th season. But for me, I think that it is one of the best series you can watch right now.
I think I would go into a different direction. I liked season 2. I liked it more, I think, than season 1. I liked season 3 more than I like season 2 and 1. I think the show is just getting stronger as we get deeper into the minds of all of our ensemble cast and not just the main characters. I really liked Ayo Edebiri's directorial debut, the 6th episode, Napkins. It focuses on Tina. I think it's a really strong opening to that. It goes into a different direction of what the show usually is. And if you press pause on a show like this, where there is like a narrative that we are really intrigued by, which basically for this season is, can they make it work with this really extra crazy way of getting a Michelin star and keeping the restaurant open with like a crazy concept that is pushing everyone. And you take a step back to just show the struggles of Tina as she gets into the environment there and how she gets to be a part of the group. On a setup level, that should be like super cheesy and not work. But then we also get a recurring thing here, a bit of a spoiler, I guess, if you haven't seen it yet, which, by the way, go see it. Return of John Bernthal, and basically like the biggest part of the show that he has been, other than like, hey, here's a flashback to Michael when they are talking about him, that I found really, really engaging, really moving. Like, it opens up with something that is pacing-wise way slower than we've expected from the series so far. I, on accident, when I clicked and watched it on, watched the episode again, I accidentally started season 1 again. I was like, okay, we're getting into it. And then, like, it was 5 minutes in, I noticed, wait, this is this is the wrong season.
The first episode.
And I went back, and like the pacing is clearly different as we get like an episode focused on a really interesting montage thing with Carmi that just tends to go on for forever. And then the first one is actually when we're back in the swing of things, and then it just kind of starts building on that and all of those relationships. And I can only say that you should just drop everything and go see it right now. It's a pity, I think, that they dropped it all on one go. I feel like they should have gone the strategy of dropping 2 a week, because I think for 30-minute long episodes, which sometimes they go up to like 45 or 50 even, but for those, if you do 1 a week, it does feel a bit slight. It's one of the courses that they bring out for the thing. It's like a tiny thing that's like, it's fancy, it's great, but it does feel like, hey, you're not full after that. But dropping it all on one go, people are going to catch up with it regardless. But there's a lot of stuff that, like, episode wise, I would have loved to talk about like every other week. So far, to me, I finished the whole show. I think you are still on it.
2 to 3 episodes left.
Because House of the Dragon is still airing, it feels like that would be the other top spot. For me, it is the best show of the year, ultimately, and I arrived at like a 9 out of 10, a strong 9 out of 10 for the whole season 3 of the show. Yeah, Lachlan, I guess for you, we'll wait on your final rating until you finished it.
I'm sitting at a 7. I'm sitting at a 7 and 7.5.
Let us know what you thought of it. Do you have any restaurant experience? That would be something interesting to know in the comments below. Check out the podcast, and we'll see you soon.